Writing is one of the most important skills that you must have in any workplace. Whether you are a marketer, a farmer, a mechanic, it doesn't matter. Writing is super important. Now, writing takes different forms. You could be writing a report, a proposal, a letter, whatever it is. Writing is very important. So in this video, we will look at the first kind of writing that you do when getting into the workplace, a cover letter. When a company advertises a vacant position, what do? You apply. And how do you apply? You send in your CV. And attached to that CV is a cover letter. So in this video, we will look at 3 cover letters, and you will judge which of these cover letters you think is the best. After which, we'll analyze these cover letters and see how a good cover letter should be written. Okay? So let's get started. So here we have an advertisement by Novelty Foods. Now, occasionally you'll see me looking down. What I'm doing is looking at my computer. But what I can see on my computer, you are seeing on your screen. All right, so Novelty Foods has placed a job advertisement for a digital marketer. And the position is a full-time position, and the location is in Kericho. So let's get into the introduction. Novelty Foods Kericho is a homegrown brand that makes cakes, cookies, and jams. The company is looking for a digital marketing expert to help expand its market and engagement with customers. So what are the requirements of the applicants? Number 1, you have to have good writing skills in English and Kiswahili. You have to have knowledge of social media tools such as WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. You have to have knowledge in marketing in general, and also able to organize your work well using tools, for instance, such as calendars, checklists, what have you. And then there are qualifications that these applicants should have. So number 1, they must be above 21 years. They should have a certificate or a diploma in marketing, communication, or any related field. And finally, they should at least have 1 year experience in digital marketing. So that was the advertisement by Novelty Foods. They put it out there and people responded by sending in their CVs and cover letters. Now I'd like us to take a look at some of those cover letters. Let's look at the first cover letter. Okay. So you can see in this cover letter, we have an applicant who has put in their name, their PO box, and where they're from. Now, we are using actual cover letters, and that is why we have blocked out the name and contact information of these applicants. Now, they put in the salutation, Dear Sir, Madam, and a reference. That's the subject of this cover letter. Application of a job position. In the body of this cover letter, we can see they have talked about their age. They have talked about where they went to school and what they studied. They talk about their enthusiasm and passion for this job. And finally, they sign off with yours sincerely and their name. That is the first cover letter. Okay. So in this cover letter, I do not know who the person is or who they're addressing, but let's have a look at what they say. We can see that in the first paragraph, they talk about what they studied. And in the subsequent paragraphs, they talk about their job experiences, where they worked and what their responsibilities were. And towards the end, they mentioned that they have not been working for 4 years, but they do look forward to a job. They do look forward to being considered for this position. All right. So now let's take a look at the third cover letter. With this cover letter, the applicant has put in their contact information. They have also gone ahead and put in a date, the contact information of the company that they're applying to, as well as the subject matter. In addition to that, they have put in a salutation, Dear Sir, Madam. Then they go into the body of the cover letter. In the first paragraph, they put in their enthusiasm for the job. They talk about how they have gone to KTC College. They talk about their experience. In the second paragraph, they go ahead and talk about their experience in their previous place of work. And in the third paragraph, they talk about how they have attached their CV for further information and how they look forward to hearing from the human resource manager. And finally, they end with yours sincerely and their name. this applicant has not put in their name or their contact information. So I don't know who this person is. Then if you switch back to the third cover letter, you can see that they have put in a date. There is no date in either the first or the second cover letter. And a date is really important in any written documentation, especially when it's official. So we can see in this cover letter, the third one, there is a date. The other thing that I like about the third cover letter is that it is clearly addressed to somebody. If you remember the first and the second cover letter, they do not have that address. And this is very important. Why? Because companies receive hundreds of applications. So without an address, we don't know who this particular letter is going to. The third thing I like about this cover letter is that it has a subject line. The subject line reads, application for the digital marketing position at Novelty Foods Limited. The second cover letter, no subject line. The first cover letter has a subject line, but what does it say? Application of a job position. What job position? Okay. Let's go on to the fourth thing that is good about this cover letter. It has a salutation, a greeting. Dear Sir, Madam. Once again, the second cover letter has no salutation. And even though the first cover letter does have that salutation, Dear Sir, Madam, if you look at how it is written, it's not in the correct format. You see the Sir is in small letters, the Madam is in small letters. Those small things do matter. Let's move on to the next thing. So with this cover letter, the applicant in the first paragraph talks about being a holder of a Bachelor of Commerce in Entrepreneurship. Then that's fine. We know about now their educational background. So we go into the second paragraph where they talk about their first job experience, and they highlight having some marketing experience. They go on to talk about other job experiences, working at Telecom Orange, and they talk about, again, some experience in marketing. Then the third paragraph keeps on talking about more job experiences. That's fine. Then we move on to the second last paragraph, where they say, I have not been working for 4 years, attending to my young family. May or may not be the best thing to say in a cover letter. And finally, they conclude by saying, I hope that my application will be considered, and they hope to hear from the hiring manager. My main criticism for this cover letter is just how the applicant structured the cover letter. It could have flown better, but over and above that, they had several grammatical errors. That would be my main criticism if you compare it with the third cover letter. In this one, the applicant begins by, I'm a Kenyan citizen of 35 years. I'm a Kenyan citizen of 35 years of age, living and residing at Mombasa. I've attained academic qualifications of diploma in project planning and management, and goes on and on. Now, my major criticism for this particular cover letter is that I wish the applicant had said more. If you remember the third cover letter, it had more flow, it had more examples. For instance, the applicant started with their education background, talked about their experiences, giving examples, how they helped that company. So you remember, this is a written presentation. You're presenting yourself to a person. So the more information that you can give in a clear manner, the better. So my personal preference is the third cover letter because it has the good structure and it has a clear flow of information. Now, when we go into the body of this cover letter, let's read the first paragraph and what it says. I'm delighted to submit my application for the digital marketer position that was advertised on the Brighter Monday website. As a recent graduate from Kenya Technical College with a diploma in marketing and a specialization in online marketing, I'm confident that my experience in creating digital campaigns that engage, inform, and motivate people would make me an asset to the team at Novelty Foods. Why do I like this first paragraph? Number one, the applicant demonstrates their enthusiasm for the job. I'm delighted to submit my application. They talk about where they saw the particular job being advertised, Brighter Monday website. Then they go into where they studied, and what they studied. What did they study? They studied marketing with a specialization in, sorry, let me show you that better. They studied marketing with a specialization in online marketing at the Kenya Technical College. Then they go further and say that they are confident that their experience, they talk about their experience in digital campaigns that engage, inform, and motivate people would make an asset to novelty teams. So already I'm engaged with this applicant. When we move on to the second paragraph, they talk about, in my former role as a student worker at Kenya Technical College's media department, I was responsible for maintaining a social media presence across all digital channels, particularly our Facebook page that engaged audiences not only within the college but around the country. While employed there, I assisted in a marketing campaign that resulted in an 11% increase for our marketing costs. This second paragraph is good because this applicant has talked about their experience at a particular position that was at the school, at the college in the media department, talks about their experience and how they contributed to the growth of that particular department. So that's showing how they will be of value in this other position. Now, let's go to the final paragraph. What does it say? I've attached my CV, which further details my skills and educational background. That's good. We know that there is another document with more information on this person. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about my background as well. I look forward to the opportunity to speak with you further. Thank you for your time and consideration. That's an excellent way to finish the third paragraph. And the candidate wraps up by saying, yours sincerely, and putting in their name. Those were the 3 cover letters. Now, if you'll remember, at the very beginning of this video, we said that having writing skills is very important at any workplace. But why did we pick a cover letter specifically? It's because a cover letter is probably the first piece of writing that will be required of you when getting into the workplace. In fact, it's probably going to be the very first thing that they see before they see you. So it's very important for you to present yourself very well in that piece of writing. Remember the 3 cover letters that we've just read? Cover letter 1, 2, and 3? Who of those candidates do you think presented themselves in the best way? And who do you think got the call for an interview?